Moments ago, our family portrait is concluding another edition of the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday Show. Just got off the air. You can tune in every Sunday between noon and 1. We talk about everything that's trending in the way of sports. No matter the story, we have it for you. And we begin this segment with what I believe to be a pretty important story here in Pittsburgh. The Lady Dukes and Coach Dan Burke.
We spent 7 years in going to the NIT and being very close to the NCAA tournament, always being on the bubble. Yesterday solidified us as one of the best programs in America. You know, we don't have to talk about our 18 RPI or our second most road wins in the country. We can talk about our dominating performance in the first round and that we're in the round of 32, getting to play and embracing the challenge of playing UConn.
4 players in double figures. They beat Seton Hall. They take on UConn, who knocked off the Lady Colonials of Robert Morris, who had a great season. You got the Dukes shirt on, so you begin. Big win, big season, and the future is bright with Blackhawk grad Chastity Omagrosso, and I am so excited to see what they're doing, Greg.
Yeah, Rob, they've kind of become a pet project for us this year. Just follow them the whole way through. Really a neat effort from them yesterday because they spread the workload so well. You know, 4 kids in double figures. Really, their star, Devonair Workman, is their sixth man, their sixth lady rather. You know, coming off the bench and really coming into play there. They're going to lose their best player, April Robinson, but with Chastity Omagrosso coming in, that's a hole that's going to be filled for the future with some really solid talent. They had Lost their freshman forward scoring 20 also yesterday, so they've got some upset potential. Not really with UConn, you don't think that's going to happen, but really a way up for the future for the Dukes.
You can pick your friends, but you can't pick your family. So what a portrait this is.
It is a beautiful portrait. By the way, we'll be signing autographs at Sears and Roebuck after the program today. Nobody did a family portrait like the great folks at Sears and Roebuck back in the day.
Well, we're at Old Mills.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But I never could figure out when you would get your picture taken at school, they'd always put the cloth over the head when they looked into the camera. What was up with that?
And the NFL adopted it. They were ahead of their time.
That's exactly right. All right, let's talk about the Lady Colonials. Give them some love. You know what? That's a nice story for Robert Morris. I mean, Andy Toole's been doing it in recent years, getting into the postseason. But what a way for their coach to say goodbye.
Yeah, Sal had a nice run there, especially in the last few years, getting them to the tournament a few times, handing the program over to his son, which is a really cool way to go. Nice for the program to have noticed the contribution of Biscalia's son, I believe, to be able to just take them to hopefully the next level and be able to just kind of attend this tournament, not just as we got in, but maybe as a competitive group in the years to come.
All right, let's move over to the NCAA. Of course, Pitt and West Virginia are both gone yesterday. North Carolina over Providence. Kansas, the tournament's overall number 1 seed, survived a scare, and they beat UConn. Miami, a winner over Wichita State. Duke beat Yale. And, of course, I believe the biggest upset of the day, Indiana over Kentucky. Moon Township Choreopolis native John Calipari is done for another year. And Gonzaga over Utah. So your thoughts about another day. And it's currently underway. More NCAA tournament action on the CBS television network right now. You can watch it locally on KDK TV2. Bobby.
First round, nothing but upsets, busting all the brackets up. And the second round was return to chalk, where like the favorites or the even teams came in. So still a lot of basketball left, and we're going to see the best basketball yet, like Kansas.
Well, I thought the craziest of the games was Michigan State getting knocked off.
Oh.
Many people had them as the national champion, and for them to get dumped the way they did, and really outplayed the entire game. It wasn't like a fluke. They got beat soundly, and very surprising. Myself, I had Arizona going all the way, so I was out really early in the tournament also. So my bracket got collapsed on Thursday night.
Yeah, it's. I don't think there's a perfect bracket left, is there? Because of the upsets in the first round.
So by reports, 13 million of them were filled out, and none of them were perfect.
Right, but like I said, a lot of basketball left, and this is when it gets interesting.
All right, let's move on now. PIAA high school basketball, Giant Center in Hershey. Aliquippa gets the AA title. It was Cardinal World North Catholic. The girls getting the Class A title. Taylor Alderdice and Mars fall short. But Nick Lakovich, who you and I had a chance to meet at Shadow Lakes last week, Aliquippa, 30-0. They are perfect. They are the AA state champions. a very nice story.
One loss in 2 years, and to go undefeated and win a state title, and I think Nick said it fairly well. Once they know when we talked, these kids don't want to let down the tradition. Once you start to win, you want to win more and more, and they don't want to be the team to lose. So congratulations to them. What an accomplishment.
It goes back to the time, it's a number of years ago, when they finished second in the state and the kids put their trophies on the floor. And everybody took that as a sign of disrespect. To me, they didn't accomplish what they believed they were going to do. And that trophy wasn't going to be important to them, and I don't blame them. Now they have a gold medal to take home with them, which is really nice.
We did a little football on the program earlier today, so I guess we did some chalk talk, but now it's time to do some smock talk, as in Smock, Pennsylvania, and some credit to a swimmer that we like to span the globe and take care of everyone who gives that extra effort.
Shout out to Emily Zimkowski, won 2 state championships yesterday in the 50 and 100. She's qualified for the Olympic trials. Geibel High School, and native of Smock, PA, where her great-great-grandparents came to work in the coal mines, and it was an H.C. Frick company town. Tough people. How
tough were they?
Oh, they were so tough. The town, no. But no, tough, hard work, the work ethic, determination, and good on you. We're all proud of you, Emily, because my mother and her grandmother were sisters.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I see where your athletic ability comes from.
Well, right, but she did something with it. I mean, look where I am.
You're doing rather well, my friend.
Yeah.
All right, now, what's up next? The Penguins. Let's talk a little Penguins. And this is Marc-Andre Fleury after he gets 16 saves, and the Pens get their 5th consecutive win against the Philadelphia Flyers. Marc-Andre Fleury.
No, every time we play them, it's always special. I feel like it's been years now. It's always intense. It's always good hockey, so it's good for the standing, but it's just good to get that win.
It was Kunitz, Hagelin, and Taylor each getting a goal. The Penguins get a win. Today it's Washington at 6 at the Consol Energy Center and on the NBC Sports Network. Penguins.
Hey, Flyers were the hottest team in hockey coming in, and they had to have that game if they had any chances of playoffs. Penguins go into their own building in Philadelphia and get that win, very satisfying. But it was the most complete game of the year. Got to turn it around right away, and you got the Capitals, the best team in hockey. So there's no resting on your laurels or getting a chance to savor this win.
You get to watch 2 of the greatest players of their generation, Ovechkin for Washington, and of course Crosby for the Pens. Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, Bob, this team actually may be getting into that Mike Sullivan style that is really going to be productive for them. Fleury had a great game. He only had to make 16 saves, or he made 16 saves, which doesn't seem like a whole heck of a lot, but one of them was a really big one, as you mentioned earlier, on the 3-on-1 early in the game.
Maybe the most impressive player on the ice was Kessel. And Kessel hasn't always been there this year. Boy, he was using his speed and playing both ends of the ice, and you've got to be able to trust a guy when the games are on the line. Now the games, they're in playoff mode right now, and their last 10 games happen over 17 days, so it's a grueling finish just to get into the playoffs.
Kind of go to show you, though, guys, that in hockey, you can't put too much emphasis on what's going on in December and January. Now's the time when, as long as you keep yourself positioned well enough during the grind of the early part of the season, now's the time when you have to shine. If Kessel, he can earn all the money in that contract over the course of the next couple of weeks and the playoffs.
Absolutely, and they're doing this without Evgeny Malkin.
All right, we've got to get to a couple more things real quick and wrap it up here. Next stop, the Pirates, as you mentioned, on Andrew McCutcheon on the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday show, saying his knees are healthy, which is a good thing. You said they've been experimenting a little bit of him in the second hole, but more importantly, I go back to this David Freese, and I don't know why, I just seem to feel that's going to be something that's going to pay big dividends, and it may be the best move the Pirates have made all season, and we haven't even started yet.
I think he'll have a real calming effect in the clubhouse, because this is a veteran guy. You can depend on him, and players go to him, see how he prepares, how he goes about his business. He's been there. He's won championships. He's won MVPs. Plays multiple positions, and I like the signing, and let's see what they do with it. Because, as the manager says, this is a crock pot, not a microwave.
Kind of to build on what you're saying, Bob, he's the type of guy, when he comes to the plate, he's a bona fide major league presence. He's not like one of those guys who's just barely hanging on to that 24th, 25th man roster spot. He comes up, he's going to strike a little fear into the hearts of somebody, whether it's as a pinch hitter or in a platoon role.
Nice guy to have off the bench.
All right, let's talk golf. Jason Day leading by 2 shots heading into the final round of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. This is kind of like the studio warm-up for the Masters. It's the great Arnold Palmer. I love the stage, Orlando, Florida. I think about Tiger Woods and what he's done so many times. And one of the things that Jason Day talked about was how to approach, as Tiger did, with the lead after 54 holes. You play aggressive, but if you're not having a great round, you play steady golf to where you post a decent score. But more importantly, whenever you can, you extend your lead. Is Jason Day a disciple of Tiger Woods, to where if he would win this one today and make a push at either the Masters or the U.S. Open, the Open Championship PGA, do we start talking about him finally in the same breath with players like Dustin Johnson, Jordan Spieth, Rory McIlroy? What do you think?
Absolutely. I think he's already there. I think what he did last year solidified that status for him. And if he wins this tournament today, it's on a nice little run going into Augusta. You know, he serves notice to everybody else that he's there to be dealt with also.
He does some impressive things on the golf course, but I don't know if you guys happen to catch any of the match yesterday or the highlights, but Henrik Stenson yesterday hit a 3-wood in the rain, 295 yards over a fairway bunker, and that thing was just a laser. I mean, talk about the talent that these guys, they do some amazing things now. And I know everybody says it's the equipment and all the rest, but it's all about what you do with the equipment. These guys are very impressive golfers.
Back 9 against the National, 450 yards. He's got a 7-9. Well, we got all of that. Bill Murray, love the guy.
Me too. Hey, this is where we're going to close. Listen, I love the great game of tennis. I'm already starting to think about Wimbledon and some strawberries and cream for breakfast in a couple of months. But Indian Wells, if you want to go home and veg and look at some great weather, because it's a little cold here in western Pennsylvania on the first day of spring, you're going to have some of the greatest in the game.
2, 1.
Sam DiGregorio, ladies and gentlemen, and this is Ernie Hughes over here, 2 of the latest members of the Pirate broadcast team behind the scenes. And I thought on this chilly first day of spring, what better way for me to saddle up and head out of here, CBS Radio World Headquarters, because we're all thinking baseball. April 3rd, season opener, PNC Park, Francisco Liriano on the hill. So no matter how cold it is today, just think that eternal sunshine that is baseball and the broadcast home of the Pirates all season long, the people that make it happen, the magic, and of course 93.7 The Fan. Have a great day, everybody, from your Pratte Pack.